No, wait, I wanna defend myself. Hold on. Every time I do anything now, it's always like instantly goes to he got this because of TikTok, and I just think
Why are you doing so many things based off of TikTok then?
I'm not.
It's
No, the thing is
consuming
that
our
I'm
mind.
not. You're making false accusations, but then I don't understand.
Hello, namaste. Welcome to the Zarna Garg family podcast where all 5 Gargs are in the house. And today's episode is going to make you feel happy. It's going to make you feel optimistic. It's going to maybe make you go online shopping. We don't know. We'll find out. Today's episode is about what are the big things we are excited to buy this holiday season for ourselves, for our family members. What is on our wish list? What is on our gift list? If we could have like a list of items that we wish could be created, we wish this thing was invented. We're going to make it very lighthearted. We're going to make it very fun. And we're going to bring you into this world of joy. Maybe there are gifts out there that don't cost any money. What are the gifts we want to give? What are the gifts we want to get? Let's get right into it. Let me not waste any time and introduce my family. My husband of 26 years, Wall Street veteran, Shalab Garg. My daughter who just finished college, Zoya Garg. My son who's in college, Bridge Garg. And my little one, my middle schooler, Veer Garg. Let's get into it. What is on people's wish list this holiday season? Let's go.
Well, let's start off first with the fact that it's Veer's birthday in 7 days.
Yeah.
And then yours too. in
And
2
yours,
weeks.
Yours
in
in-
about 10,
yeah,
15
17.
days. Yes.
Yeah.
So, what Veer do you want for your birthday?
Wow, that's a tough question.
You send me those shoes. Don't you want those?
Oh
shoes?
yeah, well, okay, I already bought
Mom bought them for him.
hold on, wait, can I talk about Kanye
Yeah,
and stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but so I bought a new pair of Yeezy boots. That's one thing I got.
Okay. You wanted the but Veer, those boots looked heavy to me, and you still wanted them.
They are heavy boots.
But how
yeah.
are you gonna walk in them?
Maybe
Picking
they're not
my feet
walking
up.
boots.
One step forward,
Bridge,
second
are
step
you
forward.
alive or what happened to you, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, one thing about the gift giving season though, I'm gonna wait for him to whatever. But one thing about the gift giving season generally, I feel like it's so hard to get somebody exactly what they want, and it feels like if you're one micron away from what they want, you're
Yeah.
gonna get scolded. I feel like gift giving is just really difficult.
This end of semester season, set your child up for success with Mathanasium, the math learning center trusted by over 1 million parents. Mathanasium makes math make sense through personalized instruction that builds skills and confidence. Start today with a free assessment at mathanasium.com. Yeah.
Bridge, what is going on, beta?
There's no way that you got Yeezy boots for your birthday.
He did.
I did.
There's no
did.
way. There's no
What's-
way.
What's wrong with
What?
Yeezy boots?
There's no way. There's no way. This is like I don't know. This is like top 5 saddest older brother moments in history. Like genuinely.
What do you mean?
I don't even
Why?
know. I don't even know.
Is it
again,
the boots? What
it's
is
the
issue?
boots. Why are you getting those boots as a 13-year-old? Like, what are you gonna do with them? Are you wearing them to school? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'll wear them wherever I want to.
Bridge, you're
Bridge,
just
if you
upset
don't-
because
you're
you
not
don't have
following,
as much
explain.
fashion sense as Veer, which is true.
You know, sometimes
fashion sense. That's like if he walked into school wearing a Louis Vuitton pair of just to contextualize it for mom and Didi. Didi knows, mom. This is the exact equivalent if he walked into school wearing like a Gucci shoes.
no,
Or,
it's
like,
not.
like Louis
It is
Vuitton
not the
shoes.
same thing at
Are
all.
they
Hold on.
really-
It is the
This is
exact same
They're-
thing.
They are not that they are not Louis Vuitton level.
But
What are you
it's
talking
not
about?
about the expense. It's about the idea of the designer brand. It's the same thing.
Yeezy is not a designer brand.
Yes, it is. It 100% is. And it
No, it's
100%
not.
Is the exact equivalent of
Yeezy
wearing like,
is
Louis Vuitton,
streetwear.
Gucci, Chanel.
Yeezy
It
is
not
streetwear. Yes, it
How
is.
much did your shoes
They were
cost?
300. They were 300.
That's streetwear. Since when
Okay,
is
that
streetwear
is
$300?
No, but streetwear
Okay,
is
it's expensive.
now.
Streetwear is
Streetwear
not
is
Are you guys
expensive.
joking?
Well, a Louis
Veer, you
Vuitton
guys
boot.
understand
Hold
streetwear.
on. A Louis Vuitton boot would be at least 1K, right, mom?
More, yeah.
More.
Yeah.
It would be.
And the thing is,
but
hold on,
But
hold
in
on,
general, we
yeah.
wear sneakers that are
Yeah.
in the 150 range.
No,
So
the
for
Yeah.
him,
regular sneakers. It was
This
his
is a
birthday,
double-
and
yeah.
I asked him. I said, "What can I get you that would be special?" It wasn't like he's just out there buying these expensive shoes. I said, "What is it that I could get you that could be on your wish list? That's a little special." $300 sneakers today no longer feels crazy. It used to be crazy.
No,
But
hold on.
today,
Okay.
I myself wear very expensive sneakers because that's
but
all I
Zarna,
wear.
you are an older woman, right? Like he's a teenager.
Yeah, but he's getting a pair of shoes for his birthday. Like, he's not buying these every day. Like, it's not right to be like, don't buy. But I asked him, what is a special thing you would like? And he mentioned the sneakers. That's how this came about, just to put it in context. I don't know
Yeah.
why Bridge.
Okay, look,
Are
I
you
will
in the
say,
podcast? What happened?
like, they are expensive shoes, but to be fair, for a one birthday gift, and this is a pair of shoes I will wear for a very long time. Like, I feel like it's not that ridiculous.
Bridge, you are
He is becoming the definition of a TikTok kid. First, he got the studs and the piercings. Now he's getting the Yeezy boots. He's completing the whole look. He had the fluffy hair. He literally
Bridge,
has the whole...
did you know about this brand before today?
Of course I knew about this brand. I used to joke about this brand like, oh my god, could you imagine if somebody we knew wore
Hold
something like
on,
that?
hold
This is
on.
like-
Okay,
You're
older
dragging
sister
it.
Moment, older sister moment. When you were 13, Bridge, when you were 13, you freaked out when Mom and I got you that Bape sweatshirt. You freaked out of pure joy. You were obsessed with the Bape. You were obsessed with the Supreme. These were all brands that you were very, very excited to wear at that time, in that moment in time. You were exactly Veer's age. So for you to be on your high horse and be like, oh my God, like, Veer, like, that's so crazy that you like that. You were obsessed. Mom, am I incorrect?
Yeah, and it's okay.
It's okay.
I
Did
just
I
want you-
get-
I just want people to know that none of this is to indicate that Bridge bought Supreme all the time,
Yes,
nor he's
yes.
buying Easy. It's one thing in a whole year, and in Bridges, in both cases. Actually, I remember when I bought you a Supreme T-shirt. It was like,
so
what
Zarna,
can I do
let's at
that's
least
special?
acknowledge that Veer is a little bit of a diva, right? He does like.
Veer is a diva.
does
I love
like
that he's a
so.
diva.
Okay, can we? Okay.
No, okay, hold on. There are two aspects to this. Do the kids like nice things? Yes, but
No,
I
Bridge
get
is the least of them.
no.
I have
Bridge,
no issue. I have no issue at all with the fact that it's a nice thing or that it's slightly expensive. I have issue with the implication of why he bought it. That is my
is the
my
implication?
frustration. It's because you bought it because you see people on TikTok wearing it.
That's
That
not
is
why.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. It 100% is. 100% is.
Okay,
this
all
is
right.
what like the sports players buy. This is what the
Hold
on.
influencers buy.
Wait, can
right?
I?
No, wait. I wanna defend myself. Hold on. Every time I do anything now, it's always like instantly goes to he got this because of TikTok, and I just think
Why are you doing so many things based off of TikTok then? Maybe that's the reflection point. There's so many things you
I'm
do
not.
now. It's
No, the thing is
consuming
that
your
I'm
mind.
not. You're making false accusations. But then I don't understand. If I do this, other things don't like matter.
But something is going to influence you, Bridge. Your whole
Yeah.
generation was obsessed with basketball. Every time a basketball guy dropped a pair of sneakers, you all wanted it. Or they dropped a T-shirt or whatever. People are influenced by something. Anyway, this episode is meant to be lighthearted
Wait,
about
Mom,
what we
hold
want.
on.
It is not right to judge Veer for what he wants.
Hold
he has
on,
a
Mom.
right to like what he likes.
Stop trying to stop this conversation. It's a really interesting.
Yeah, well, I
conversation.
want to have this conversation.
Yeah, I think we should have this conversation. Bridge, one thing that you don't appreciate enough is that the way that we consume entertainment now is so different than the way that you and I, when we were Veer's age, consumed entertainment. At that point in time, all you and I really did watch was like the Tom and Jerry like DVDs or whatever in the Westport house. Not because there wasn't other stuff, but like at that point, that was what we were consuming, right? The way that people shop and understand like what they want in their own styles is now very much on TikTok. I think what you're upset about is you're a concerned older brother that's like concerned that your brother is like over consuming this content. And Veer, I think he's right to be concerned about that. You want your brother to be concerned about that. That means that he cares about you.
Yeah.
But
I don't have an
do
issue with
think-
that.
Would you
Hold on.
admit, Veer, that you were in some way, shape, or form influenced by TikTok in this decision you wanted?
Yes, but TikTok is also a general like consensus of how the public perceives things like style.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Okay, my issue is not that. My issue is that every single personal decision I make now is a testimony to how addicted I am to social media, which is not fair to me at all.
All of your decisions related to sports, I never say it's because of. I don't think you play basketball because of TikTok or football because of TikTok.
That's
or when you put in any
completely
of
like
that-
not
or when
related
you
at all.
study-
That's
or when
obviously
you
not.
study- okay, so then what other decisions have I criticized as a result of TikTok?
Getting my ears pierced is not at all a correlation to TikTok.
There is no way in hell you are going to convince me that that's not correlated to TikTok. There's no way. There's not a single human being, boy on earth, that without TikTok would think, oh, maybe I should get studs. Not one.
But Bridge, boys were getting studs before TikTok
No,
existed.
there was not a single person when I was in middle school who got studs. Not one person even thought that wasn't even like something. And I understand Didi's point that like the standard has changed, and I accept that. But don't bring up studs as one of those arguments because that was not a thing when I was in middle school at all.
Okay, all right. Can we just bring it back to a happier place right now? Because we're just fighting about everything, and
But this isn't a fight. This is just an intellectual discussion. I mean, like,
Yeah, I
when
don't
I was
want to
in,
like.
yeah, when I was in middle school, for example, the trend, what was in vogue, I remember, was girls would overthread their eyebrows to oblivion. That was the thing. That, like, at that point, when I was like in middle school, the older women.
what is your dad doing?
Then I'm charging in. That's it. I'm done. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh my
And I
God.
dropped some water by mistake. My apologies.
On your podcast equipment?
No, on just the table.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. When I was in middle school, the thing that people were doing in the older hot women generation was they would literally thread their eyebrows so that it was like a pencil line. That was a thing. And at that point, I was learning about like grooming. Like when you're in middle school, you start to learn about grooming. You start to figure out what that looks like for you. And I remember when we got my eyebrows done, I was like, oh my God, should I like overthread my eyebrows and make them really, really thin? And mom, being the protector that she was, thank God, was like, no, don't do that. Like this trend is going to go. It did. And the trend died. I think it died with Cara Delevingne, which I'm curious to know if podcast listeners remember that moment in time where the bushy eyebrow thing was a thing. Aishwarya Rai also, was it Aishwarya or Kajol? Kajol in the Bollywood movie, also the crazy bushy eyebrows, like she also brought that back. Anyways, all this to say is I agree with mom that we're all informed by our own cultural like subsets that we're
So
part
in
of.
this moment, what are we excited to buy for ourselves or give to others? Can we just come back to that?
I just
have-
want to change, and I hate Apple for the
what?
I hate Apple because of the amount of this thing control that they have on everything that we do. But unfortunately, I may need to upgrade my iPhone to the new one. Because my iPhone is now 3 years old,
What the
and I
hell?
may,
What?
I hate the fact that I'm thinking about it. I hate the fact that they have such a grip on me that when asked this question, that's the one thing I'm thinking about, that I may want to upgrade my iPhone to the new one, which will have no new features. It'll have no new thing, but just because it's new, I may want to upgrade to it. And it just really, really pisses me off. I really,
Okay.
really hope that, the company goes bankrupt and we have a new.
Okay, all right, okay. Anyway, Bridge, what are you excited to buy or gift or give? I know, I can go if you're not ready.
Go for it. You
can
I think there is enough bathrobes in the world. I don't understand that during the holiday season, it's like an explosion of bathrobes that everybody is like, who is wearing all these robes? And the fluffy slippers are out of control. Who is wearing so many fluffy slippers, so many bathrobes?
Nobody is wearing so many fluffy slippers. huh?
Peppermint scented hand lotion. I think it doesn't need to be that micro specific.
Okay, mom,
Just
I have to
something
call
good.
you out, bro. You buy more house slippers than anyone
I know.
I know.
I buy fluffy socks. I don't buy
No,
slippers.
You buy more. Why are we stopping at fluffy slippers? You buy more, period, than anyone else in this house. Like, I don't understand. I don't know why.
Yeah,
And especially
Well,
and
podcast-
Crocs too.
Our podcast producer has weighed in. She's like, so mom was like, there's 3,200,000 pairs of Ugg slippers, Croc slippers that
Yes,
Zarna
I
has
do
bought.
like
It's
Crocs
true.
because they are part of my fashion look for my work. I don't want to hear
Oh
anything
my
against
God.
the Crocs. I love the Crocs.
We know, dude. We know.
Yeah, but I don't think there is a necessity for eggnog themed hand wash.
Okay,
I
I can
don't think
actually
we need
agree
that.
with you. I think we're done with the holiday specific themed
Like-
sense.
I understand that people want to feel the holidays. I get it. I do get it because the stores want to make you feel like holiday overdrive for the next few weeks. But it's been a little much. Like, give a practical gift. Honestly, give something. Give like we have an espresso machine, coffee capsules. Great, we're gonna use them every day. Honestly,
I
as
mean, if
and
the
now
coffee machine was any good, I would get the coffee capsule.
the coffee machine is great. I
I
don't
mean,
know what
like
you're talking about.
There is so bad that there is no place to put a mug that can then pour coffee
Because
into
it is
So you have to
designed
hold
for
the mug
little
on an
Italian
incline.
espresso glasses. Like
Wait,
it is
Mom,
not. It
why
is
would
not
you
a
get
coffee
a
machine
that
for
can't
the-
have a mug?
for the people
Yeah,
who don't
you
have
cannot.
taste.
There's-
It is
and
for
I promise you, Bridge, had I bought that machine, I would never have heard the end of it. but because she bought it, so she will work out a way to put an inclining mug that can then.
Wait,
The
can you put in a
coffee-
coffee cup, like a cup, like a
No, you
Starbucks
can't,
coffee
Bridge.
cup?
You
No.
literally can't.
You cannot.
Okay, wait. Speaking of mom's purchases, can we just acknowledge the elephant in the room that is the shelf behind Dad? Can we just acknowledge what's happening
my
on that
God.
shelf? I'm just putting it out there that, as you've seen in previous podcast episodes, that shelf did not look like that. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 in my visual.
There are about 18 plants behind him, because until 3 weeks ago he had a tray with an onion sticking out of his head for the podcast. And you know how crazy it looked, with a little onion and garlic sticking out of his head, because he sits on the dining table. And I was like, this does not look good, so I put plants behind him so he looks good. Like, what I did
But why
so wrong.
5? Why 18? Why
Because
not
it needs
3?
to look nice and full. It doesn't need to look like this cheap spot. That's
I mean,
all.
now it looks like artificial hair in green on top of my head.
No, but
That's what it
nobody
looks like.
thinks it's your hair. It's leaves. What are you talking about? I mean,
Oh God. Okay.
Oh my God.
I mean, the
I'm
amount
gonna-
of plants that I've had to live with in my life. By the way, I better have better oxygen than anyone else human in the world. because of how
we
much
do
plants.
have better oxygen. I dare anybody to come and test the air quality in our house. I work very
Yeah,
hard
as
on
if
it.
we are living in New Delhi, which we are not.
But speak
Okay, generally, hold on. Generally, I want to get back to the point I had earlier because it got cut off by his disrespect. But
My disrespect. Mom's the one who changed the subject because she was tired of it. She couldn't handle the heat. I don't know why
yeah,
you're talking
but
to me.
no, but you disrespected him. Don't throw me under the bus.
Disrespected him. I disrespected what he chose to be a gift. Yes, not him.
Okay.
Or the discussion.
no, you did. Okay, whatever.
Is this the same gift, Veer, that you were trying to recruit Dadi for at first? And I said that she may not find it in India.
No, hold on.
There
Okay,
is
bro,
no way you tried
No.
to recruit Dadi.
Okay, no, hold on. That was, first of all, that was a pair of like regular Nike sneakers because
Oh, so it's
I don't want to get into that. That's way different. That wasn't. I don't expect anything
First
from
of
any
all,
relatives.
He's not
Like-
recruiting Dadi at all. Your dad keeps saying Dadi wants to give
Yeah.
you something. Dadi,
Yeah,
No, you
Dadi
texted
recruited
Veer.
me.
I mean,
You
you
texted
kill me
Veer
for
8
including
times.
my mother into my family. Just kill
yeah,
me
but
for it.
no, but you're turning it around and making it as
Yeah.
if Veer is begging for a gift. Nobody
No,
wants
I did
anything
not say
from your
that.
mother. You did. You
You
said
did
you
say
were trying
that.
to recruit my mother. Not 4 guards in
You
this
did say
family
that.
want nothing from your mother. Nothing. She can keep her cashews. She can keep her onions. She can keep her freaking.
I
fucking
do want
laddus.
stuff from Dadi.
I don't
I'm
want to
gonna
see
be
a
honest.
fucking
Oh my
laddu in my
God.
house.
I love Dadi's food and I like her mangoes a lot.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Obviously, we like.
you grouped us. Why did you group everybody into your argument, Mom? You can't. You can't group the entire
Bridge.
family in your argument.
I mean, it's one thing to have Zoya as a suck up. The boys are not going to be ones.
I am not a suck up.
Oh,
I am
All
not
right.
a suck
Why don't we
up.
take a poll? Why don't we take a poll? For everyone watching this podcast, can you please make a comment section on whether or not you think Zoya is a suck up to her mom?
No.
A suck up implies
no.
that I accept her ideas just because
Yeah.
they're her ideas. Her ideas
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Zoya,
Historically
this
good
is-
ideas. She has
Zoya,
good
this
ideas.
is the patriarchy in motion against women.
Yes.
This is what it is.
Oh my god, it's
The
the
two-
patriarchy
Yes.
of the podcast.
The two
It
of us,
is-
the two women in this family created a multi-million-dollar business out of nothing. I don't want to hear
Literally.
from you guys.
Not just
about
nothing,
it.
out of ashes.
So me,
They-
wait,
out
so,
of
so,
wait.
so me,
Two
Peter, and
of
Dad
us are out
contributed
there.
nothing to the building.
Two of
building.
us are out there fighting a war every day, trying
So
to
let
draw
me
blood out
get
of
this.
stone.
Let me get
And
this
I
right.
don't want to hear anybody
So
say
let me
anything
get this
to
right,
this kid
Zarna.
who's
After-
out there fighting a war for the whole Garg family.
After 100 years of dealing with men that provided for their families and then became misogynist for it, are we now going to deal for the next 100 years with women that provided for their family and became the equivalent
It's
of
gonna come
misogynists?
with its it's gonna come with its relationship. I mean, just yesterday, New York Times has a very heated op-ed out about whether women ruin the workplace. Because apparently women working the way we work is being a suck up, is being too emotional, is
Bro,
being blah blah blah.
There's
We
no way you're being
That's the
serious
piece.
right
That's
now.
what the piece said.
Yes,
No,
the
no.
piece is titled, New York Times, the piece is titled, Have Women Ruined the Workplace?
Dad is
Because
not
you
implying
guys-
that Didi is
Yes,
ruining the workplace.
He is.
I don't
He is
understand.
implying-
This
because
is
our
absurd.
family, our
This
household is the
absurd.
workplace in our case. We
No,
are
but
a
She's
I
not
family
actually
doing
said
it.
completely
Like,
different
what are
than
you
that.
talking
I mean,
about?
the male misogyny has historically been linked by their providing and their ability to earn and bring the money home. Is
Yeah.
that correct or not?
That's right.
So then, how is it that that's not okay, but it's okay for you to say that it's okay for Zoya to be a sucker?
Because you put us in a defensive position. We were not out there saying these things. But anytime you actually went so aggressive that you're like in comment section, save Zoya's, like, we
I
were
don't
working
care.
together.
No, but people
We-
can say what they want to say.
No.
I no.
I mean, we did not initiate this discussion, but you put our backs against the wall, like to.
I mean,
for you to
should
suggest-
trust your audience to take the correct
No,
side.
that is insightful. You asked a leading question. Hello, excuse me. If you think she's a sucker, please put it in here and appease me. Like, no, if people have an opinion,
Bro.
You know
our
what?
audience
I'm
is
gonna
the
put
most
that-
brilliant audience in the world. If they
I'm going
have
to
an
put that for the
observation-
test as well. I'm going to ask the audience, did I ask a leading question? Was it insightful in the way that my wife is describing?
We should
Or
do this
did I-
more often. I like this.
I'm curious now, because if that is true, then I will not push back.
I'm
I
gonna
would
be
like the
honest,
audience to
though.
comment.
I feel like I'm gonna get
Or,
my feelings
in
hurt.
fact, I'm going to make it more clear. Does the audience truly believe that I, Shalab Garg, am a misogynistic person?
Nobody
Oh my
said
God!
that.
Nobody said that. That is
Nobody
crazy.
said that. Do not
But there
put
is
words in our mouth.
that is not what we said. I'm just saying that.
But if you in the audience feel that he is, feel free to comment.
In fact, I would say I am a very feminist dad. I would like to think of myself as that, as a feminist dad.
you have told me that I'm getting too old to get married pretty much every podcast episode since the podcast.
That is
launched.
how is that relevant to this?
That's not a
conversation.
feminist take.
I mean,
No,
he's
but
a
that's got to do with-
traditional. I
That's
don't
a
know.
biology thing. It's got nothing else to do with anything else except for biology.
We're going to take a quick pause to tell you about our sponsors for today's episode, The Real Real. The biggest, the best, the most fun luxury consignment stores online. They have thousands of new products every day. My family and I, we're obsessed. You want the latest Gucci, you want the latest Fendi, you want the latest Prada, you want Louis Vuitton, but you don't want to pay crazy prices. You're gonna find it on Real Real. You can buy, you can sell. I just love hanging out on their website because there's always something new to see. You also get to catch the trends early because their people are on top of what people are wearing. They have their pulse on the market. And what's a great price? Like a reasonable price at which something that is certified, authenticated brand name, that you don't have to worry about whether this is real or not. You're gonna find it on The Real Real, the world's largest and most trusted resource for authenticated luxury resale. With thousands and thousands of pre-loved luxury arrivals daily, no one does resale like The Real Real. And no one makes holidays shine brighter than The Real Real. And now, get $25 off your first purchase when you go to realreal.com/Zarna. That's the realreal.com/Zarna to get your $25 off. Start shopping now at realreal.com/Zarna. You're gonna love it, you're gonna be obsessed with it, and you're gonna thank me. We'd also like to take a moment to tell you about our sponsors for today's episode, ZocDoc. How many times have you needed to see a doctor and you delayed it because you didn't have a referral, you didn't know who to go to, you didn't know a good one? Your dental biannual cleaning, are you up on it? And please stop with following Instagram and TikTok health trends. You need to go to a real doctor when you have a question about something. I know we've all done the searches on our own, but in the end, we all need to go to a doctor. Do not take your health issues lightly. And I know how to make this whole journey easy for you. ZocDoc.com is one of the best apps out there with all the information about the doctors in one place, the health insurance provider, the location, the rating, the specialties. It's all in one easy place to find out. Stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Zarna to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com, ZocDoc.com/Zarna. ZocDoc.com/Zarna.
Okay, anyway, let's come back to gift giving. Does anybody have anything, or are we just gonna yell at each other this whole episode?
I'm gonna get
I
an
mean, I already
expensive
said what I have for
pair.
myself. I mean, I want to get a nice, my cream is running out, Santa Maria Novella. I may get that too.
Bro. I'm
Great.
gonna get an expensive pair of earrings. I bought one piece of jewelry pretty much every year. And I usually buy.
What did you get last year?
Last year,
am going to be
bought a
the
pair.
devil because apparently I'm calling everybody out. But Didi just said last episode, you can go back, that she does not buy anything that is not an investment for her future or is something to provide benefit towards her current status. And she just said she's going to get an
Wait,
expensive
I,
pair
I'll
of earrings.
explain. No, but I'll explain. Call me out. Call me out. I'll explain. I'll make my argument. Let me make my argument. I have bought one pair of really nice jewelry every year that I have been working. And usually I buy proportional to how much money I've made in that year. Last year, I bought a pair of double helix Gucci earrings that were two-toned and were gorgeous. I wore them every single day. If you look at my Instagram, if you look at my stories, if you look at the podcast, I wore those earrings every single day, so much so that one of them broke. Okay? Mom, would you agree? I mean, you look at my fashion more than anybody else. Now, let me explain why that's an investment, Bridge. It is an investment because A, I worked hard to buy those earrings. And because I knew I wanted to get a nice pair of earrings, I worked even harder. B, I wore those earrings every day. The benefit of that investment is that A, I don't need to think about, I'm not making decisions about my jewelry every day. I'm just wearing that one pair of earrings. It goes with everything. It looks good. 3, it is better and financially more beneficial for me to buy that one pair versus buying like 10 pairs and then wasting the time and money on all those cheap things that will then sometimes break. So that, I rest my case. It is something I'm going to buy. I would love to know what the podcast listeners, what jewelry brands people are looking at, because I really want to buy a pair of nice
Didi,
things when I go
you
back.
cannot claim that everything you do is an investment or something for your future when all of your purchases are the most like luxurious thing you can purchase within that sector of life. If your breakfast every single day is a sweet green meal, that is the number one possible breakfast you can have. Of course, it's an investment. If your number one thing you're buying for your outfit, your earrings are all the best possible, two-tone Gucci earrings, like of course it's an investment. But it's not like everything you're doing is to the maximum extent of what you can be doing. So it's easy to claim for it to be an investment because there's not
Hold
a single
on.
thing.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I'm saying though that what I buy is very proportional to how much money I have made. I bought those earrings after I got Mom on the New York Times bestseller list. Like
Okay.
it was very proportional to the fact that I had then like to make that bestseller list, I sold 10,000 pre-orders. 10,000 pre-orders is $300,000 worth of revenue. Those earrings were a drop in the bucket versus how much money I'd made for the business that year. So I stand by my decision, but I do agree with you that I'm a very high maintenance person. If that's what you're suggesting, I 100%. I am a very high maintenance person for sure.
Didi, even though how much you glazed Vaya in the last episode, I will say that I do agree with you on this. In this sector, I have to agree with you because I think taking out the stress of having to make decisions every day about what you're gonna wear, I think that's one thing. A lot of successful people even wear like just plain t-shirts and plain sweatpants.
You know what it's called, Veer? There's a name for that.
What's it called?
It's called minimizing your decision fatigue. Because
Bro.
otherwise, in fashion, especially for women, fashion industry will keep women running on a treadmill every day. It's a different season. It's a different color. It's a different this. If you minimize and you bring it down to a few things that you do every day, the amount of time and mental brain space that you save is worth a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. Second thing.
Wait, Viver, based off your point, you're supposing that Didi does not have to spend time thinking about her outfit daily. That's what you just said? There's
No,
way
I'm
that's
saying
true.
no. Obviously, she does. I'm saying the specifically the earrings though. Imagine she also had to think about between what 10 pairs of earrings she should wear
Which many
with the
women
already
do.
the hours she spends. Yeah.
Many women do that every day. They go through their 20 pairs of earrings and they're like, this earring has a specific gem that matches this shirt. I don't have time for that. I want to wear a nice pair of earrings that I can rely on, that won't get messed up in the shower and will look good with all my outfits. And also, we are in the business of looking good. That's actually
Wait,
part
hold
of
on.
our
Can I?
job. Yeah, go.
This is what I was gonna say. Secondly, we are a publicly facing out family who needs to be looking as good as we can without completely like just doing that all day. We need to be we're on stage during this summer. We performed more than 5 shows that had $50 tickets with like 500 people plus audiences. So I think that making that purchase for that pair of earrings is not a crazy expense when it's something that makes you look better and you are always in front of tons of people.
Also,
I am not
remember
claiming that you guys keep trying to make this a fiscal argument, which I'm not doing. I have no argument against the fact that she's spending a lot of money on quality over quantity. I agree with that. I think that's a good decision. I'm only pointing out the idea that everything she buys is an investment for herself. That is the only critique I'm
Okay.
making. But
Maybe-
the idea
maybe
of
it's-
buying something more
yeah.
luxurious, I'm not arguing with.
Maybe it's a way of saying it. It is true that when you buy something nice, you do feel guilty. And one way to alleviate that guilt is to say, well, I'm investing it in something. There is
Yes,
some
that's
truth.
true.
There is some psychological truth to, because I certainly don't need as many bags as I have, but I do buy them thinking, okay, it's an investment. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I do understand that. But let's do a quick round of like, what's the best gift that you want to give to people this season? If people are looking to like be inspired about what's a gift to give to people, I know I have mine. I have
I know what
two
mine
gifts.
too. Yeah.
Is yours
But-
going to be a note?
No, not a note. I write notes all the time. But if I wanted to give a gift, I would give a really good olive oil or a really good salt. These are my two gifts for this year.
It's a really
My
good
gift.
Because it's like my favorite thing to eat. Sorry, Zoya, I come to you in 1 minute. My favorite thing to eat right now for myself is a good piece of bread toasted with a slice of avocado, slice of tomato, a drizzle of olive oil, and really good salt. And I've been enjoying this so much for myself that I'm going to try to give some or all of these elements to my friends.
I love this gift.
Sorry,
That's a good
sorry,
gift.
Zoya, go ahead.
My biggest gift right now is Uber gift card.
Oh, yeah.
I love being able to give people the gift of comfortable, safe transportation. This is not like a branded thing that I'm saying. I just actually have been giving them out a lot more to my friends for their birthdays and stuff, because Uber is obviously like, it feels like a luxury thing, but it does actually help you if you're like going to a meeting to feel calm before your meeting. So that's one of my gifts.
Yeah.
I would probably give my most favorite, Hermes deodorant to people.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that. It's not that expensive for what it
Yeah,
is. It's
for
an
what it
Hermes
is, it's
product.
not that expensive actually. Hermes
And
deodorant.
it changes your life because everybody uses a deodorant, right, in the world. And this is the one deodorant that does not leave those stupid white marks under your armpits and lasts for such a long time. I can't begin to. It's truly natural. It doesn't have any chemicals in it.
You're just saying that because it's designer. That I guarantee you, I could probably disprove that.
If you can find one that's equivalent and does not have the chemicals that a typical deodorant in America does, show it to me.
I could.
Okay.
I would take a look at
But-
it.
but
And
that is-
this Hermes product is not like any other Hermes product. It's not
But
like hundreds
regardless, this is a great gift because let's say you're giving somebody a gift, you're not going to give them like Dove.
Yeah,
You're just
no. That's not what I'm saying.
So in that way, this is a useful gift. You give it to somebody, it's a very nice, pleasant fragrance, but it also feels like the thing you might not buy for yourself.
of them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow,
Bridge,
Zarna,
what do you
you're
have?
actually supporting me. That's like a first.
Yeah,
mean-
honestly, this is very rare, and I really did enjoy that. I hope that happens more often.
Oh, okay, Bridge.
Oh, there you
what
go.
is-
Bridge standing up for his dad.
Okay.
No,
Bridge.
I just think it's good to see you two as parents like agree.
Okay, well, you saw it once for this decade. Don't get used to it.
Oh my
decade.
god, bro. You would think that that's a good thing that you guys have a solid marriage, but fine.
We're going to take a quick pause to tell you about our sponsor for today's episode, Mathanasium. Do not let your kid fall behind on their math skills. No matter what they decide to do in their life, they're going to need math. If they're an artist, they're going to need math. If they become a doctor, they're going to need math. If they're a stay-at-home mom, they're going to need math. If they're a stay-at-home dad also, God forbid, I may have made a mistake there. Anybody in any aspect of life needs math skills, and Mathanasium makes it so easy. Mathanasium makes it so fun. They have professional teachers who will follow your kid at their pace. Some kids want to blaze through and go fast, great. Some kids want to learn every fundamental and repeat it over and over so they get it right. Mathanasium can get you there. Listeners today can get a free assessment at Mathanasium to end the year off strong. People, please do not delay. Do not sleep on your kids' math skills. Go to mathanasium.com and find a center near you to redeem your free assessment. That's mathanasium.com. Also, we're going to take a quick pause to tell you about a sponsor for today's episode, Monarch. Monarch is the best money budgeting app out there. All your personal finances, all your expenses, all your credit card things, investments, all in one place on one neat dashboard. Do not fall behind on your money things. Let me tell you something. The holiday season can swallow you if you don't take care of this thing. You're gonna think, oh, I just bought a little of this and a little of that, and then it's gonna be January and you're gonna be horrified. Get ahead of it right now and go get yourself Monarch, the best budgeting app of 2025. This is the best app for couples. It's gonna make it easy for you to track what you're doing. It's gonna give you notifications where you're like, wait, hold on, think about this. There's gonna be colorful diagrams, very easy to understand where you're going with your finances. I would not sleep on this. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use the code Zarna at monarch.com in your browser for half of your first year. That's code Zarna at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. Half off, guys. 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code Zarna.
I'm still thinking. Fear, do you have yours?
Veer, do you have yours?
We're saying what would I want to give or take?
Yeah, to give a gift that you would give to somebody if you were going to their home or you had a birthday or whatever. Maybe it's for one of your friends.
Um,
Or girlfriends.
I think that generally for my age, it's kind of different. I think I would just get them like their favorite snacks and stuff.
What's a
That's
good snack?
just the easiest.
What's a good snack in that age group right now?
Oh, that's a good question. I think generally, I think like favorite snacks don't really change that much through generations. So I think all the gummy stuff is obviously always popular, and then like online, whatever's fun. Like for example, freeze dried stuff has been in for the last like decade, I'd say.
What's freeze dried? So I don't even know what that is.
They put it through this machine and it makes chewy things crunchy, basically, by taking
that is
out
really cool.
all the
That's a thing?
oxygen or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a thing. Like freeze dried.
So like fun versions of regular things, I would say. So like if it was Skittles, that would be boring, but freeze dried Skittles maybe would be more fun.
There's a thing called freeze dried Skittles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Actually-
that. That's good to know. That's good to know.
I actually think, and I kind of want to bring this back because I feel like we've lost it as society. I think gifting flowers is a nice gesture.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think
And then you guys attack me for the plants. You got literally. I have a plant everywhere because
that's not the type of flower I'm talking about. And Veer, if you ever get that dramatic again, why did you just run out of the room?
He's just doing anything to please the podcast.
Wait,
What are
you
you
don't
talking
believe
about?
in flowers?
If
Why
I
is he
No,
saying that?
yeah, why
I
don't you believe in
obviously,
flowers? You don't believe in
I
flowers?
obviously
I don't
believe in
understand.
flowers. I obviously believe in flowers. First of all, flowers did not lose any sort of like did not lose their majesticness. Flowers have been in. I don't think flowers were ever out. That's the first thing. Second of all, like you know what you're doing when you say that. You're pleasing the podcast.
It's not true at all. If I wanted to please the podcast, do you think I would act the way I do in the last 2 episodes specifically?
Guys,
like
podcast pleaser is a funny thing we should bring in. You're being a podcast pleaser.
You're the
Like
you're
a
the
people
podcast pleaser of the
Your
episode.
dad is the pioneer of
I mean,
it.
there you go. Why would you say that? I was just waiting for that. Why don't we do a statistic on this as well? Guys, I want the audience to vote on whether I am a bigger podcast pleaser than anyone else on this podcast.
I will
Yes.
say, Dad was really ready for you to say that, Mom. He was like,
No, he was.
waiting.
I saw it in
Because
his
he
face.
Because he knows that he does it. He knows he does it.
Well, let's
That's
see what the
why.
audience thinks. I would like to hear from them if they
Okay,
agree
all
with
right. You need to stop treating the audience like it's a jury and this is like some sort of legal
that. But they are
convention
the audience,
going
right?
on
They are
over
the
here.
ones. They are the ones paying for this to happen, to work out. So
Anyway, so are we, Bridge, you're going with flowers?
Yeah.
This season, you're gonna buy flowers for somebody. Who are you buying flowers for? I'm just
You know,
trying to be
actually,
nosy.
you better buy me a bunch of flowers for my birthday. Actually, now that you said that, I want to see a bunch of flowers on my birthday.
I think my audio cut out.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
See, but it's different.
I couldn't hear.
I hope the whole podcast sees
I
that.
couldn't hear.
But
I didn't hear. What did you guys say? I
okay,
didn't
this
hear.
has been our episode on gifting. This has been our episode on what to give, what to get. I think one thing as a family we all agree is not give sugar. Do not give
Yeah.
I
chocolate.
just
Do
said
not.
to get sugar.
When did no, okay? You're an exception. You're an exception. Fine.
Bro.
At 13, we're not gonna get down there. But like if I was going to somebody's house, I don't like taking sugar and I don't like receiving sugar, honestly, because once it enters the home, you're all gonna eat it, and we all know the dangers with sugar.
Do you or
Yeah.
do you not gift wine bottles?
I don't anymore. Not anymore. In fact, what I would do is a case of Pellegrino. I don't like it because even wine is a lot of sugar. I would rather give somebody a whole case of Evian water or like really good water or something of that equivalent. I do not like receiving or giving alcohol or sugar. But I understand it has a place in people's diet. Even I have a glass of wine once in a while. I just don't love doing it as a customary thing. But this has been our episode on gifting, our episode on giving and getting. What are you guys excited about? Tell us what you're excited about. And as we end every episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, so too we're going to end this episode with a round of good grades where each Garg gives another Garg an A grade for the winning moment of the episode. And so who wants to go first?
I can go first. I'm gonna give my A grade to Mom because I think that her idea of gifting oil / salt is a very unique but very powerful gift.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna give mine to Bridge. I think the flowers were pretty awesome.
I'm gonna give my A grade to Veer for calling Bridge out on being a podcast pleaser.
How is that pleasing the podcast? Like, I don't understand.
Bridge,
if
you
I say
know,
anything,
you
if I say
knew-
anything,
bro, you
if
knew
I say
what you were doing in that comment.
No,
if
exactly.
I say
Okay,
anything, it's a podcast pleasing. I don't understand.
it's not at all. But,
Bean,
okay.
who do you give your A grade to?
Okay, it feels like I'm twisting a knife in my heart when I say this, because of how much it hurts to say this. But I will give my A grade to Baya. Like I will. I'm gonna do it. You know, it hurts really badly. You don't like these words are being forced out of my mouth right now. But look,
By whom? I'm like so confused. But okay. Okay. All right. Like, so much drama. I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh man.
But why are you giving him the A grade? For
okay,
the flowers?
over the years, generally he has been a good indicator. Like his hammer of approval on style decisions has generally been good. This one pair of boots, I'm gonna take the L from him on. But generally over the years, his approval and denial on things that I do has been helpful. So I'll give him the A grade on that in relation to
Okay.
this episode.
Bridge, you might get a clean sweep today because I too will give my A grade to
Didi
you
gave it
today.
to Veer.
Didi gave it to me.
Oh, Didi gave it to. Okay, she had to do that. I think flowers was a very unexpected revelation. I think if you're a young man,
So
who
we're just
goes-
gonna all give it to him over the flowers?
No,
Can
but
I-
it is.
can I-
There's
do you want
nothing
me to-
wrong
do you want
with
me to
that.
hear-
I think if he's
do you want me to
boy
hear-
of a certain age,
Do you want to
who's
hear
giving
the
flowers,
vulnerable actual truth behind why I said flowers?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm
Actual
scared.
truth behind why I said flowers is because in my last relationship, I felt like I didn't get the girl enough flowers throughout the relationship. And that's one of my biggest regrets when it came to it, is something like that, where I wish I had gotten her more flowers.
Can you repeat that? What happened?
Your
In
audio
my
cut out.
last relationship that just
Yeah.
very recently ended, I felt like one thing that I messed up and I should have done better at was getting her more flowers. Not any other gift, but specifically flowers. And I feel like
How did you understand that to be the case? That
because
should
you know
have?
you think, obviously when you leave a relationship, you think very often of like, how did it go? What were the good things? What were the bad things? What do you wish you did differently? And one thing I realized throughout the whole thing was like we had an over almost 2-year long relationship, and I only got her flowers one time. And I remember how happy she got when I got her those flowers that one time. And I really wish I had done it a little bit, not all the time, but just a little bit more than one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I love that my son is thinking about this, and the softness needs to come back in human relationship. I mean, I'm never going to have it in my relationship anymore because that part of us is dead, but for you guys there is hope, and I think that softness needs to come back, and I'm so
Okay, hold on.
happy to
Before we
hear
end, I don't want to just completely look like a villain at that. I'm very pro flowers. Everybody in a relationship, get your spouse flowers. I don't want to look like I'm putting
Get your
down
sister
every.
flower, get your mom flowers. I also don't
Get
want to look
everybody
like a
flowers.
villain. Bridge, that was really sweet. And I also think it speaks to a larger point on like masculinity and stuff. Like you can be a feminist and still want flowers. Do you know what I mean? You can be a
Yes,
feminist
yes.
and still have your the man that you're seeing like pay for your coffee. It's not that serious. So I really think that was
Yes.
great, Bridge.
And we want to hear from you what you're giving, what you're gifting. Are you a believer in flowers? Is it olive oil? Is it chocolates? Is it wine? Whatever it is, tell us in the like, share, and comment. Please share this episode with loved ones in your lives. Let's bring more people into this world of love and positivity. And until we meet again, everybody say bye.
Bye.